Yes, and this is the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where a sellout crowd of 63,000 will see a game with major playoff implications as the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Minnesota Vikings. Montana has it picked off. Intercepted by Anthony Parker. Only the 5th time this year Montana has been intercepted. McMahon to throw on 3rd and short. Deep sideline, Ismail. He made the catch, first down. Field goal, still 4th down just inside the 5. And Fuad Reveiz has now hit 28 straight inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 10 here. Montana swarmed under. The sack goes to Dolman. Bobby Abrams, number 50, also applying pressure. And Dolman now has 12 and a half sacks. 2nd and 9, McMahon to throw, 4-man rush, dumps it short, Jordan. The tight end has the first down. Play action. McMahon on the roll to Derek Tennell. Now a word from our resident wise man, Mr. Ross Perot.
Ross here to tender season's greetings to you and yours. Now, down to business. McMahon and Montana, these two have about as much in common as Democrats and Republicans, with one exception. These guys get it done. Here's the deal. With Montana at QB, the Chiefs are 7-2. Without him, 3-2. McMahon, same difference. Vikes with him, 6-3. Without him, 1-4. Friends, I call this product enhancement. History bears me out. When the rubber meets the road, you can't find a better pair. Bottom line is the bottom line. Ain't that right, Mike?
He calls me Mike. I call him Mr. Perot. That's relative of our status.
I didn't realize you two guys were such close friends.
Only from my end. 1st and 10 Vikings. Play action, McMahon. He'll run it again. And gets 5 and slides safely into second base. Good protection again. McMahon throws complete, first down at the 32. Chris Carter. So it's 2nd and about 11. McMahon throws the quick slant. It's picked off. Intercepted by Kevin Ross on the ricochet. 1st and 10 from the 27. The fullback Kimball Anders fumble. The Vikings have it.
Parker, number 92, is going to strip him of the ball. You see him do a great job of coming hard inside. That's what that defensive line does. They just rush people and stick their arms out if running backs go by. And McMillan's there to jump on the loose ball.
Vikings set up shop at the 31. Fake the reverse. McMahon deep. Chris Carter. Touchdown.
Pass interference. Number 34, defense. Penalty declined. Touchdown.
Great throw, great catch. And Chris Carter with his 8th touchdown catch of the year. A man who was cut 11 times by 8 different teams early in his career. And he is perfect. Play action by McMahon. Nice fake, a lot of patience. Jordan wide open. All the way to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 38.
And they're going to have to make some plays on 1st down, not 3rd down.
Play clock down to 5. Here comes the blitz. McMahon with time for the end zone. Chris Carter, touchdown. Dale Carter is right in the face of the official and gets a flag.
That's just stupid football right there. Chris Carter and Dale Carter have been hand fighting all day. McMahon just goes back. They're crossing route underneath and just hangs it up. Now there they are. They're in a hand fight. Chris Carter pushes off. You can call it incidental contact And that's what I think it was. McMahon, perfect throw again.
Chris Carter, 5 catches, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. He scored 4 times in his last 2 games. The Vikings extend their lead to 17-3. 3rd and 5. Montana throws and dropped. Intercepted. Carl Lee. Carl Lee with a convoy. The 3rd interception of the season for Carl Lee. The 2nd time tonight Montana has been picked off, but that was right in the hands of his tight end, Jonathan Hayes. Sure, they go to the playoffs. 1-1, it would be very iffy. Scotty Grant cuts it back inside for the 4. McMahon to throw, overthrows Roger Craig, who was wide open at the goal line. Maybe the first mistake McMahon has made tonight. Building total. Gervais is good from 20.
Haven't yet, but they won one last week, and hopefully have a shot at one this week, they think.
Thompson on the delay. John Randall gets him in the backfield. Scotty Graham as the Vikings go right back to the ground. Look at this. Scotty Graham taken out of bounds by Charles Minson. 2nd and 13 after the penalty. McMahon with time, throws over the middle, complete to Barry Word. 1st down, Minnesota. 3rd and 4. Graham, straight up the middle. Touchdown. And Graham really being a workhorse tonight. Smith add him to the injury list. He has a sprained elbow. Word with room to run outside. Ran away from Simeon. Claude Gervais to try from 35 yards. The Vikings can do no wrong. Gervais 3 for 3. And Minnesota's lead increases to 27. That would have been his first career catch. And it would have been for a touchdown. Craig throws over the middle. He's got it this time to Cash. Scotty Graham with his 2nd straight 100-yard game, and he just chewed up the Kansas City defense. Marcus Allen, no one for Kansas City posted the big numbers. Jim McMahon with another victory in his pocket. The Vikings are 8-7, and Joe Montana will take Kansas City to its final game next week. The final score, Minnesota 30, Kansas City 10. For Joe Theismann and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Good night from Minneapolis. SportsCenter is next after this.